Hello, I'm Jacinta. Welcome back to my channel, Past That Plant. I have the day off, so let's potter around the houseplants. If you follow me, you would already know that I love to mist my houseplants. I mist them often in summer. It does get very hot here, 45 degrees Celsius. And misting them frequently really helps to stop those crispy tips. I do often get comments from people worried about mildew, particularly for begonias because they can be more prone to it. I have been misting this one for years and I've never had problems with mildew, but she does sit in a window and gets a lot of airflow. It's currently shut because my neighbour is doing something with power tools. But if your plants have sufficient airflow, which they should regardless of the kind of plant, then you shouldn't have any issues with mildew. Circulation and airflow is important for houseplants and for your house and your own health, so make sure you open up those windows. As well as airflow, the wind really helps to keep them strong. So the risk of mildew is low unless you have a dank, closed up house, which should never be the goal. I'm gonna lift up this big monstera. As well as the question about mildew, which is fair enough. I also often get comments from people saying that misting doesn't raise humidity or misting does nothing from your houseplants. And then in the same breath they'll be like, your begonia is beautiful, how do you do that? And I tell them it's misting and they tell me I'm wrong, but you know, the proof is in the pudding. I also do not mist for humidity. It's not in place of humidifiers. I do it for a few reasons. One, I really like it. I find it very relaxing. It does help to stop the tips of my plants from going crispy, especially with the begonia. Misting helps to deter some house pests which like a dry environment, like mealybugs, thrips, spider mites. They all love the dry, which is why they hide under foliage. So don't forget to spritz the back. It's also a good excuse to get up close and personal with your plants to make sure that they don't have any pests. If you subscribe to me or you've watched my houseplant tour, you would already know that I don't have a plant room. I have plants all throughout my house. It is living decor to me. So I would need at least 50 humidifiers, which just isn't going to work for me. I do have one which I sometimes put under my bed of paradise if foliage is getting stuck, but generally I find I don't need it. Where I live, it does naturally have higher humidity. I'm in Melbourne, Australia, and it's between 50 and 60%, which is great for most houseplants. So I don't mist for humidity. I do it because I like it, and it definitely stops my plants from going crispy. The maidenhair fern is another plant which I mist daily. It's also my bathroom, so it is naturally getting more humidity. But just like the begonia, I have found if I miss misting, she throws a fit and brown leaves. So let's not forget to do her while we're here. One of my favourite sounds. But I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.